Hello Ravencoin lovers, and welcome to Raven Rebels video about how to create a Ravencoin transaction in JavaScript. And we are going to use a npm package called bitcore-lib. That's from BitPay, and BitPay, they work with Bitcoin, and they ship amazing software. We will use this together with Ravencoin. So we'll walk through the code and see how can you send the stuff, how can you transfer Ravencoin using JavaScript. So let's head over to the wallet. In this local wallet you see I have 100 Raven here, and we are going to use the RPC bridge to talk to this guy from JavaScript. And here is the code. This is super duper mega simple, and it's written in a way so it should be easy to see and understand. So what we start with is we will run this code a couple of times, and I will move this process.exit, so we run it bit by bit to see what happens. Let's get rolling. First off, we install the dependencies, and it's bitcore-lib. Not bitcore, bitcore-lib. And coininfo, we need coininfo to get info about Raven, because bitcore doesn't come with Ravencoin support out of the box. So in our little function work, the first thing we have to do is to add Ravencoin to the bitcore instance, to its network. Otherwise, our little bitcore JavaScript object doesn't know what Raven is. So that's the first thing we do. Number two, I have placed a very secret private key in wallet import format in a JSON file here, so I don't have to show it. So this is the wallet import, the private key in wallet import format. And here we have code that transform this private key to the private key in wallet import format to a private key. And then we go from private key to public key, and then from public key we can get address. And look here, we have to use the argument Ravencoin here, because when we run this code now, we will console log a valid Ravencoin address. Here we go, Ravencoin address. If we remove Ravencoin here, we will instead get a Bitcoin address, so it will probably start with 1. Yeah, starts with 1. So important that we send in Ravencoin. And let's check this little address that we got. Let's go to a block explorer. Here we have it. Yeah, that one. And you see that we have exactly 100 Ravencoin is the final balance for this address. So the next step in our little code is that we use RPC to talk to our locally installed Raven node and ask it about the balance for this address, and we ask it for all the unspent transaction outputs. So let's do that. Let's run the code here, and then we move our exit down here. So we should now print out the address and also see the balance. This is the address. And you see that we have 100 Raven disposable in this address. And if it's Satoshis, as it's normally is, the value is 100 million, as 8 decimals. So one coin is, this is how you type it, 8 decimals. So you have to divide it by 100 million to get the correct value. Okay, so now we see that we do have unspent transaction output to a total of 100 Raven. Let's move further down, and here we start seeing, now we come to the juicy parts, because here we go, we create a bitcore transaction object, and then we because we're lazy. We take the first unspent transaction output that we have. We currently only have one anyway. And then we start building up this transaction object here. So first we have the first unspent transaction output, convert that to an unspent output object, line 52. And this is so nice. We just tell the transaction that we want to send stuff from, want to use those unspent transaction outputs. We want to pay a fee, which is 0.02 Raven, kind of a lot. It's not dynamic, but let's say that. And we want to send it to this random address. And we want to send one full coin. And the change, this is important because when you use it unspent transaction output, that transaction will burn your output. It will consume everything you have in that output. So it's very important that you say, okay, send one Raven coin to this guy, the 2 guy, and the rest change back to this address. And then we have to sign this transaction using the private key for the unspent transaction output, which we have in our secret file. So if we run this code, then we will get a serialized transaction. That's a hex. So let's run it. Let's run it. Let's run it. Oof. Now we have a hex of this. Now we have a fully valid transaction. And how can we send this one? We can do this with RPC, but just to make it a better video, we head over to our wallet. We click on the debug window and we click on console. Here we have the console, and then the command is send raw transaction. And we paste in this super duper mega long. Bam! We have a transaction ID. Very nice. And you see the balance went down to 99. So let's head over to this little block explorer here. And we did get a transaction ID. So let's take the, okay, we already copied the transaction ID, nice. So we can search for this transaction on the blockchain and you see that it's going. It's going, it's sending 1. And then it calculates that 98.98 Raven are going back to this. So this should be the change address, and we should see that in our code. Oh yes, that is our change address. Isn't it wonderful? Thanks to BitPay and bitcore, they help us with this kind of transaction builder stuff, which makes it understandable, because it's quite difficult to create those raw transactions. And now you see that we have a raw transaction, and let's see if the was this the address we sent it to? Yeah. Yes, it is. So it has still one unconfirmed one. It's not confirmed yet, but it will be confirmed yet. So now you saw how you can send a transaction. So really check it out, do it. And in the some of the upcoming videos, we will learn how to send not only Raven, but how to send assets as well. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, give it a like, share it with the world, and drop a comment. If there's anything you want to know, drop a comment. Otherwise, have a nice day and happy Ravencoin coding. Bye.